Chapter 4, Making My Life Better. Quote, do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better. End quote. Maya Angelou. Now that you know your beliefs shape your present and future, the next step is to decide what you need to change. To do that, you need to ask yourself, what would make my life better? Or even deeper, what do I define as being better? In a perfect world, you replace all negative beliefs and reset yourself to be happier and more content. In reality, this is work that takes time, so it makes sense to focus on areas that need the most improvement. So what's your priority? A better job? A better relationship? More confidence? Here's how to figure it out. Knowing what to change. All of us want to live a pleased and accomplished life, and as such, we are generally willing to put in the time and effort necessary to go after the things we like. And the good news? Even if you haven't quite achieved your goals just yet, the simple fact that you have goals and are working toward them will normally be enough to give your life focus and help you feel more energetic and more satisfied. The problem then arises though when you realize that you aren't quite sure what it is that you really want from life, the deeper meaning. How can you work towards something if you do not know what it is that you actually need? And how can you be happy if you don't know exactly what it is that brings you happiness? This is the plight that many of us face that leaves us feeling insecure, drifting directionless and without fulfillment. But the great news is that there are many techniques and strategies to help you to overcome these problems and to get more from life. Here we will look at what some of those are. What's bothering you? One way to identify what needs to change and what makes you happy is by identifying what doesn't make you happy. What is the monkey on your back? You may have a laundry list of things playing through your mind, or maybe just one. But if you can recognize the issues that you want to change, suddenly you can see what kind of lifestyle it is that you would need for your growth in those areas. Be honest with what's bothering you, and then take the steps into thinking how you can work towards solving those problems. Be intentional, create a plan, and execute. Set priorities. Sometimes setting priorities in your life isn't the easiest thing to do, but it is definitely necessary. Priorities help give you direction and focus. They define what you feel is important to you at the time and what you want to see succeed. They also expose your level of discipline and consistency and how serious you are at what you would like to accomplish. Priorities help keep your life in order. However, the caveat is making sure that they are in the right order. One way to look at priorities is by putting your needs before your wants. For example, paying your bills before going on a shopping spree, or finishing your coursework before watching a show on Netflix, or even spending time with your family before going out with your friends. The more time you invest in your priorities, the more time you invest into your happiness. The FiveFold Why. Earlier, we talked about asking questions. The FiveFold Why is a self-development technique that challenges you to ask yourself a question and then follow it up with 5 whys. This allows you to get to the core of your answer and to learn about yourself in the process. For instance, what do you want to do? Become a nurse? Why do you want to do that? Because I want to help others. And why do you want that? To get a sense of gratitude and purpose. And why is that important? Suddenly, you start to shed light on your motivations and get a deeper meaning as to what you want to do. Not only do you have a goal, but you also have a reason why. Looking at your past. Another thing to do is to look into your past at positive moments you've had. Of all of the things you've achieved and of all of the experiences you've had, which ones mean the most to you? Sometimes by looking at what brought you gratification in the past, you can look at what to enhance and improve that can bring you even more gratification in the future. The important thing to note here is to look into your past, not live in it. Living in your past will cause you to regress to old habits in a less mature state. Once you've gone through some of these exercises and see the things you want for yourself, the next question is, why aren't you there yet? To some of us, that question is easy to answer, but to others, that question requires a deeper level of honesty and introspection because we know that the bag that we are carrying on this journey has a lot of weight to it, and some of that weight we need to let go.